Good afternoon, everyone. We have a tornado warning to pass along to you this afternoon. We've got a new tornado warning in effect now for the northern part of Anderson County, also southwestern sections of Greenville County. And this tornado warning is in effect until 4:45 this afternoon. A tornado warning means that a tornado may be developing and you need to take action right now. I've done a storm track on this storm. It's moving very quickly to the east at about 55 miles per hour. Should reach Williamston around 4:05 if it holds together, Simpsonville by 4:22. And if this storm stays on this track, it would be close to Pauline by 4:49. This storm is moving very quickly, so you need to take action right now. This is the thunderstorm that prompted the warning, and you can see the areas that are under the tornado warning right now. So it's not quite into Greenville County, but it's in Anderson County. And as we zoom in here, we'll give you some more detail on where this storm is located. Very close to 178. This is north of Anderson. This thunderstorm is going to stay just to the north of the city of Anderson, and this is where the tornado may be. If there's one that's developing, this is right along I-85. It's going to be south of Piedmont. In fact, we'll zoom in a little bit more, Jason. You can see that also there's very heavy rain coming down, so it'll be tough to see anything going on. Lots of clouds around lightning as well. If you're around Piercetown, you need to be taking cover. This thunderstorm is bypassing Northlake, but you're very close to it, and it's moving away from Pendleton. We'll pan to the east just a little bit so that you can see the other towns and cities that are in the path of this storm. If you're around West Pelzer, you need to be taking cover right now by getting to the lowest floor of your house or apartment. You need to get to a room that's away from windows, and you need to cover your head to protect it from any falling or flying debris. So again, this is the thunderstorm in Anderson County that has prompted the tornado warning. It's southwest of Piercetown right now, and if there's a tornado that's developed, it's right in through here, very close to Highway 81, on the way to 76, and may cross 29 if this holds together. That's moving to the east very quickly at about 50 to 55 miles per hour. We'll widen out here, show you the other storms that are around. Of course, this is the one that we're most concerned about, and again, it will stay north of the city of Anderson. So if you're in Anderson, this storm is not coming your way. It's moving away from you, but if you're in Williamston, you need to be taking cover right now. Looks like this thunderstorm also will stay south of Pickens and Easley. Watch out, Simpsonville, 422, Ennery, 440, if this storm continues to make its track to the east and is able to hold its own. So again, there's the rotation in the thunderstorm. We've gotten the latest update here. It's crossing the interstate on its way to Williamston, so if you're in that area, you should be taking cover right now, and this tornado warning is in effect until 4:45. Now we've got some other activity out there. As we switch to the other radar, we can show you that we've got some thunderstorms that are streamed across the northern part of the upstate. All of the area is under a tornado watch until 8 o'clock tonight, with the exception of Swain County. The atmosphere is set up for some of these storms to begin to rotate, and that's what we're finding. So this latest thunderstorm in Anderson County is starting to pick up some of that rotation, and if you're in that area, then you need to be taking cover. Here's another look at what's going on. That's a thunderstorm that prompted the tornado warning is right in through here. We'll zoom in once again, give you the perspective. It's north of Anderson. It's going to stay south of the city of Greenville. But as we zoom in, we'll show you that the rotation in that thunderstorm is right in through here, right to the east now of 85, continuing to the east at about 50 miles per hour. So if you're in Williamston, you should be taking cover right now. Cheddar as well. Northlake, that thunderstorm is trying to move away from you, although you're still finding some heavy rain. It's about to get a little bit lighter as that storm continues its track eastward. We are going to start to see additional areas picking up some heavy rain, also some higher winds, the potential for some damaging winds associated with a tornado. So you need to be taking cover right now if you're in the northern part of Anderson County, southwestern sections of Greenville County. These are the areas under a tornado warning until 4:45. All right, let's take a wider view, show the other storms that are out there, because any of these may start to rotate across the area, and any of these may be able to produce, start to rotate and produce a tornado. So we widen out. Let's take a look at what's going on. In the northern part of Greenville County, we've got a heavy thunderstorm there, also into Spartanburg County, on up into Cherokee County too. Flash flood warning is in effect as well. So a lot of areas have seen a lot of rain, too much rain, to where some of the roads have started to flood. So Taylor's hail, of course, has been an issue as well. We'll widen out again, get back to the Anderson County storm, and show you that area that's under the tornado warning. Again, this is the thunderstorm that has prompted the warning. Not showing much of a hook echo, but any rotation is going to be right in through here. And again, that storm is moving eastward very quickly. Getting close to 29, also Williamston. If you're in Piedmont, you should take cover now, as these storms have been kind of moving more to the east and northeast with time, not necessarily due east. And so we're going to pick up that motion towards the east-northeast, so that Piedmont and Williamston should be taking cover at this point. We'll do another storm track for you, get some times on there, and show you that the rotation is continuing to push eastward with time. All right, there's the storm track, moving east at about 40 to 50 miles per hour. Piedmont 423, over towards Fountain Inn by 445. If that storm holds together, we'll continue to track that. Jason, I'm going to see if you can get your microphone on. We've gotten a lot of reports of some hail so far this afternoon. You can put on mic 6, Jason. And these thunderstorms, as they continue to move eastward, have the potential to start to rotate. And that's what we've seen with this one so far. Up to this point, they've mainly been hailers, producing hail anywhere from pea to marble size, all the way up to hail that's more than an inch in diameter. And so the large hail, of course, can cause some damage just by the nature of it falling out of the storm. And of course, some areas have had too much rain, so flash flood warnings are in effect for Greenville and Spartanburg counties as well. Don't drive your car through any flooded roadways. The most recent warning we have is that tornado warning, and that is in effect for Anderson County, also the southwestern part of Greenville County, until 4:45. And we'll put this into motion. I'll show you how this is moving with time. And it's not looking quite as strong as it was earlier, but as long as this warning is in effect, you need to be aware that it could start to rotate again. We could start to see that signature of the rotation in this thunderstorm. So again, around Williamston, you should be taking cover by going to the lowest floor of your house or apartment, and make sure that you can take something to cover your head with, and cover your head to protect it from any falling or flying debris if we've got a storm that is actually producing this tornado here. So there's a wide view of what's going on. We've got severe weather now for Cherokee County, Spartanburg County, back into Pickens, northern part of Anderson County, the tornadic storm, and then we have other activity that's trying to push into Hart County in northeast Georgia. Now what we're going to find is this whole line gradually shifting to the east as our cold front begins to push eastward, and that means that areas that haven't seen much action so far today, like the southern part of Spartanburg County, back into Lawrence County, you should see the activity picking up over the next couple of hours or so. And so this activity that's just off to your north is going to be edging closer to you, to where you may find some warnings issued for you during the course of the evening hours. All right, we've been looking at viewer pictures of hail that's been coming down, marble to pea-sized hail, large hail with some of these thunderstorms, and of course, you can see now we've got active weather over the upstate in general. Jason?
We're looking at a tornado warning now just north of Anderson, and that tornado is going to be affecting, it looks like as we head east throughout the next couple of minutes, it's going to be moving east. I'm going to bring up some new graphics from a different source in a second here. We can get into our graphics. Unfortunately, the National Weather Service radar did go down earlier on this afternoon, but we're still bringing to you the latest in your storm tracking as we can do here. So tornado warning there, you see it's this red box polygon. It's an outline of just south of Clemson, north of Anderson, where we have that tornado warning in the next several minutes, and we'll be tracking that until 4:45. As you look at the radar screen, you can see that there's a tornado warning still in effect, and severe thunderstorm warnings as well. I'll bring up that radar screen as quickly as I can here. Here we go. SatRad and radar loop. And normally what we do with these storms is we would slice it out and go 3D on it, but because that radar is down, this is what we have for you. This box, this storm is beginning to show a little bit of a hook echo. It's now moving over 178. I'm going to zoom in that. So if you want to share this with your friends, and if you have the app, you can go to it on your phone. And you also want to use a phone that is not cordless with this storm. You want to stay in the lowest part of your structure. So if you live at home and you don't have a basement, then you want to do something that is getting into the basement of a building. If you don't have a basement, a storm shelter would be ideal right now. We're looking at this storm moving basically east-northeast, just north of Interstate 85. So here's the concern for the next several minutes. As this storm gets very close to Interstate 85, you want to tell your friends, anyone you know, heading from North Lake up towards Piedmont, and then up towards really downtown Greenville, as this storm bears on just south of downtown Greenville. It's going to be hooking just south of that, about to go over Interstate 85 in the next several minutes. and that would be the concern right now, Christy, I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. We're getting some reports now of some possible wind damage over at Anderson County. We've also had reports of winds up to 80 miles per hour around Anderson. Taylor Jones of Anderson County EMA is saying that they're responding to a report of a building collapse on Hicks Road in the county. So that kind of fits with this thunderstorm we're tracking tonight and the potential for that to be causing some wind damage. So it's really very important that you take cover from this storm if you are near it. And right now, it's very close to the Belton area. This tornado warning is in effect until 4:45 this afternoon. And so it's 4:08 right now. We've got some time for this storm to kind of play itself out. So far, it doesn't look quite as bad as it did before, but we're still looking at the potential of some rotation here. We've already had some reports of some damage and some high winds around Anderson. I've done another storm track here from Duncan Township.
I'm helping out, y'all. I gotta help them. Hang on.
Fountain Inn around 4:33. If you're near those areas, you should be taking cover right now as that storm is moving your way and will produce some very gusty winds, if not damaging winds. And so you need to make sure that you take the
I'm not sure.
by getting down to that lowest floor of your house, taking something to protect your head, get to a room that's
Can you
away
hear me?
from windows so that you can stay
Can you hear
safe from this storm as it moves
I'm not sure if
quickly
this
to
is
the east,
6. It
about
doesn't have a
40 to
label,
50
but this
miles
is
per
that
hour.
area.
So it's on the move now. It has moved away from the city of Anderson, although we still have some heavy rain in the town there, and also over towards Belton, looking at some heavy rain. And as this continues eastward, it's going to be close to McKelvey Crossroads, again, Duncan Township. You want to watch out for Barksdale, Williamston. If you're in Williamston, you should be taking cover right now. Also, Fountain Inn, that storm is headed in your direction too. Now, it looks like this particular storm is moving more east. Usually, earlier this afternoon, a lot of the activity was moving northeast. Well, now we're starting to see the action kind of shifting to the southeast a little more. So our areas down across the Greenwood zone, on the southern sections of the Spartanburg zone, that haven't seen a lot of action so far today, well, it's going to start to pick up for you as everything is sinking southeastward with time. We still have some severe weather happening up into Cherokee County, Spartanburg County. We've had lots of reports of hail, so hail is no doubt occurring in some of these stronger storms. Also, back into the western part of Hart County, we've got a severe thunderstorm moving in there. But our most intense one right now appears to be this one that is northwest of Honeypath. Matter of fact, this is about just a couple of miles, 4 or 5 miles northwest of Honeypath, and it is moving, it looks like due eastward. When you say, Jason, due eastward, so if you're around Princeton, stay off the roads. If you're around Simpsonville, Gray Court, because you want to make sure that you're out of the way of this storm since it's moving very quickly, and traffic this time of day starts to become an issue. 385 is always busy, and so as this storm approaches that area, if it's causing any problems with wind or a tornado, people are going to need to get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm continuing to watch this storm and tracking it for you live here. Tornado warning in effect. Now, just north of Anderson, as this storm continues to track eastward, I'm going to bring up the other source here. I'm over at the Chroma Key. There I am. And you see tornado warning here in effect just north of Anderson as this storm is just south of downtown Greenville in the metro area. We're going to be showing you the radar now. And basically, this storm just popping up and a tornado watch has been in effect all afternoon for really the entire viewing area. Here are the storm tracks now. As these storms continue to track over the same area, flash flooding is just as big a concern as a tornado warning because you get that rain continues nonstop. So from Daphne all the way down 85 down towards Clemson Anderson. Here is that tornado that is producing hail. I want to give you a different look at this storm as you see it here now. Basically rotate and go 3D. We can't see that how tall this storm is, but we do know that it has a history of producing a potential tornado here. Now, just here north of Honeypath and at Anderson, and here it is as we do that sweep. Now, you see the lightning coming down with the storm, hail, and also some reports of some gusty wind and some structures being damaged as this does approach Fountain Inn and gets very close to 85. So there's the concern here as this storm continues to rotate and move north and east. Anytime you see a tornado, what you want to do is watch out for this hook echo potentially,